What is the attitude of soldiers towards individuals who do not show up for deployment? We had this guy in our unit named Phillips who was all talk until deployment orders came down. For months, he'd been bragging about how he couldn't wait to get overseas and prove himself in combat. Then suddenly he developed every medical condition known to mankind. First it was his back, then his knees. Then he claimed he was having panic attacks and needed psychiatric evaluation. The medics couldn't find anything wrong with him, but Phillips kept doctor shopping until he found someone willing to put him on limited duty. The rest of us were packing our gear and saying goodbye to our families while Phillips was mysteriously getting worse every day. He'd show up to formation limping and complaining about pain that somehow never appeared during PT or when he was playing basketball on weekends with his buddies. When deployment day came, Phillips was conveniently in the hospital getting tests, while 26 of us boarded the plane to Afghanistan. His bunk stayed empty for our entire 9-month rotation, while we pulled extra duties to cover his absence and wondered if he was enjoying his comfortable stateside assignment. The attitude toward Phillips when we got back was pure ice. Nobody spoke to him unless they had to for work. He'd try to join conversations about our deployment, acting like he wished he could have been there, but guys would just walk away mid-sentence. The real karma came during our next training cycle. Phillips had recovered from all his mysterious ailments and was trying to act like nothing happened. But word had spread throughout the entire brigade about his deployment dodge through the unofficial military gossip network. During a joint exercise, soldiers from other units started asking if he was that guy who faked sick to avoid deployment. His reputation followed him everywhere. Officers stopped considering him for promotions or special assignments because they couldn't trust him when it mattered most. The final blow came when Phillips tried to apply for Ranger School. His first sergeant pulled him aside and said, "Son, you can't even deploy with your own unit. What makes you think you're Ranger material?" The application got denied before it even left the company headquarters. Phillips ended up finishing his contract doing the worst details on base, cleaning grease traps, burning trash, and working every holiday while real soldiers got time off. Nobody trusted him with anything important, because when his unit needed him most, he'd found an excuse to stay home safe and comfortable. The unspoken rule in the military is simple. You can't build a career on the backs of soldiers who actually showed up when it counted.